completely and utterly live right now.
Yeah, you gonna check?
I will. I'll give you a second. Do you know, Gregory?
Know what?
We're close to the ending.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Also, I played through the ending of this game on the account or the playthrough that I'm doing to fight you, and I have less confidence that this will be the final part of this story mode after having done that.
You think we're gonna stream again?
I was planning on streaming again to do the DLC stuff, which doesn't take that long and would probably take one stream.
Well, I know, but I mean, like, stream the story game.
Yes. We might have to.
Are you ready to go?
Yeah, and everything looks good, live, and sound is working.
I forgot that it's our training period.
It's beautiful. I love it. It's not up to date because it doesn't have our current look, but we can change that one to our champions. Next stream, I'm not sure. It could start with the championship battle. It could start with the me versus you battle.
Oh, there's story in between the Final Four and the champion?
Oh yeah. We haven't reached the climax. We haven't fought the legendary beast of this game.
Have we even had a hint at what it is? Oh yeah, it's the dog that we saw in the beginning.
Yeah, we've yet to encounter them, so this is good. Are you... Who do we have out?
Jim Lee's first.
This is okay.
Does she know Sonya?
Yeah, they're friends.
Oh.
I think they mentioned it once.
Everyone is friends in this game. Well, not everyone, I guess. That's actually cool.
He's
I prefer
gonna
that they
use
have relationships.
First impression, so use obstruct. I knew it.
Don't be cheating, man. Just because you just did this.
It's not cheating. That's literally the strategy for Golisopod. That's a super powerful, like 80 attack bug move. And it can only work on the first turn.
Oh, this is only the first one. He's probably not going to be out for a while, huh?
That didn't do much. Did you forget, like all people would, Bug resists fighting.
Yeah.
Just because.
Well, that's why I appreciate when after you've beaten something they tell you what's super effective or not. What kind of ability is that?
Emergency exit is once it gets below half health, it swaps out for something in the party. I believe for a computer opponent, it's random what they'll send out. There are some calculated decisions, like if there's something that will absolutely take out your Pokemon, then they'll send it out. Other than that, it can be random at times.
Oh, Aqua Brain.
It's going to heal. Little by little, every turn.
Emergency exit actually seems like it might be a bad ability.
Kind of. It's the thing that they do to the super powerful Pokemon to nerf it. Because Golisopod has essentially legendary stats.
Well, I was going to say, because if he had just stayed out and he had the sword, I think he did Sword Dance.
Yeah.
He probably would have destroyed Gimli and then probably done some damage to the rest of my Pokemon for a little bit.
Yeah.
But because he did emergency exit, I mean, now his stats reset and he has less HP.
But now emergency exit won't activate as long as she doesn't heal it.
It resets?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I like that ability. But I guess if they need to nerf this thing because it's so broken. So who should go out? You said it's Bug, right?
It's Bug Water.
Oh, that makes sense.
So that's dangerous. We don't have anything good against either of those things. So anything that won't die. Yeah. Here come Wilson.
Should I give it a shot? He'll probably attack, so maybe Sucker Punch.
No. Wilson, good job.
I really don't think I can do too much damage to him.
Let's hope this works. Yeah!
Actually did.
How many times have we both used Fissure and it worked?
More than it hasn't. For us.
I feel like we've only missed like twice. And we've used it maybe 6 or 7 times.
That might just be how it feels, though.
This is a fast boy.
She really likes that movie.
I'm surprised. I was under the impression that this thing was not as strong as Golisopod. Well, Wilson did as good as he could against a water type. 2 water types.
She's not really, what's the word? I can't even think of it.
What matters is, Sumi should be able to handle this.
She's not using a lot of moves.
I don't know what we could do to our team to have made this a better matchup for us. We don't have anything that could work against water types, so this was going to be our hardest match. Ghoul.
Well, it's not going too bad so far. And we can use items, so.
Wow. Pelipper.
Pelipper. It probably has a flying type move.
I don't remember. I know I just played this fight, but I actually don't remember what it has. I want to say it does the stockpile strategy.
It's the last Pokemon before her final one, so.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should switch out or just go all in, because I don't know if we're going to use Sumi.
If Sumi lasts for 1 hit, oh, okay. What the heck does Tailwind do?
I have no idea. I wonder... Oh, that was a waste. Oh well. I wonder if it does something to the party.
Whoa. Well. Which is okay, Sumi. I'm surprised. Sumi lasted two shots instead of getting killed by the one.
They're both effective.
Psychic is stronger. Yeah. That's my girl. Slow but strong. She has been saving the best for last.
Well, we've seen this guy before, haven't we?
Yeah.
She's gonna Gigantamax, but...
And he's going to look cool. He's a water rock type. I in our reserves are the 90 level Fluby and the one that's going to die if he comes out.
Yeah, so we actually can't lose. I want a Dynamax.
Okay. I'll say this, because it's a water rock type, you are naturally going, you would, if you knew, pick a grass type against it, but he has an ice type move and he's really fast. So, it didn't happen to me on my playthrough that I did just yesterday. It happened to me on my first playthrough. And then I was upset because I Dynamaxed that Pokemon and I didn't know what to do. Well, now there's a sandstorm.
The battlefield got weird.
Yeah.
Well, now Fairy does more, right? But we're pretty slow.
Why, I guess she just wanted to use Rockfall, because that would have killed the first time.
We probably wanted to set up Sandstorm. The AI might prioritize that. Fluby can take some hits. Actually, I bet Fluby's gonna kill him.
No. Rock type. In fact, if you had taken notice, Water Spout would have done more. Because of rock type.
Are you sure it would have done more, Christopher?
Yeah. Water resists, but rock is weak, so neutral. Plus, how much more power does Water Spout have? Like 40 more power than Body Slam?
Alright, let's check it out then.
I'm going to take this as if it proves my point, even though he was not Dynamaxed.
It's a cute animation.
She's so frustrating.
Do they all do that, or do they have unique ones?
They all have, like, unique ones. Like, Milo, the first gym leader, is happy for you and he gives you the thumbs up. I forget what Kabu does. Alistair just looks depressed. Melanie, like, has a surprised expression. Pierce falls to the floor as if he's dying. And then Ryan doesn't care.
Forget who we're fighting. Ryan, right?
No, we're fighting Melanie.
Oh.
So Ice. So I think we're in a good spot. I think Jim Lee's fine to lead.
Well, I don't know where else he would be good, because he's kind of useless otherwise. So these are the finals?
This is the, like... This is the... Well, this is
this
a tournament.
Alistar.
Oh, This is even better. He's ghosts.
Did you misremember? Or does it change?
Sorry, I saw Melanie and I was hopeful, but yes, this fight would be Alistair or B in Sword. And they beat Melanie or her son in Sword.
Wait, do you have Sword?
No, you do.
Ghost types, they don't usually start with an attack, if I remember right, but...
He used Rock Tomb. You called it right. I wouldn't even have suspected it knew Rock Tomb.
Yeah, I didn't think it wasn't a physical move either.
Wow.
Was that Rock Tomb?
Yeah, that was Rock Tomb. Your speeds fell one stage, yet you're still faster. I almost thought that was going to kill. I was hoping for the crit. It's fine, though. Oh. I was hoping he would full restore so we could get that out of the way.
Why would he waste it like that?
Because that's usually what the AI does, just to annoy you.
I think they're a little better at it now.
It's our friend! Oh. Yeah! Frickin' Gimli can't even kill a Chandelure. Do we have a full restore?
A full restore?
Yeah, because
no. We have full heals.
I feel like we. I feel like you don't actually pick up a full restore in the adventure in this game.
Well, if there was, we probably missed it because we didn't pick up most of the items.
Well, after 8 gym badges, you're able to buy them at the store.
Oh.
You were too busy wasting all our money on something else, probably. What? How did you... What?
What?
Sorry, I'm just trying to process that. Did it drop its own defense? Because Gimli's attack is cut because of burn, and then you just one-shot it.
I don't know. It might have?
I'm confused.
We're kind of sweeping this guy.
I don't know how you're doing that, but you're doing it. How lonely, how frightening. You remember his ace? I mean, it already said it.
Yeah, and this Gigantamax is too.
Yes. I'm trying to remember if Gengar can even learn poison-type moves. You know, I was going to say it'll be fine in case if we lose Gimli, we can throw out Susie, who would be able to Psychic-type this Poison-type. But I guess this is the road I travel when I'm with you.
Well, we're gonna one-shot him anyways. Let's go, Gimli.
Come on. Get strong, my boy. Ooh, that is poison. Oh, you're dead.
Good call.
And his special attack rose. This is a dangerous game we play.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. I guess if anything, Fluey can like time it out on Gigantamax. Or not.
Bitch!
Sorry, I thought Fluby was trash. I guess not.
You thought wrong. Fluby is our ringer.
Ugh. We did it again. We're sailing right through. Those were 2 British terms in a row. We're going to overload if he uses one more.
Is he just socially awkward?
Yep. I wish this were different. Because I get it. Like, Ryan's probably the only one who's capable of actually standing up to Leon. And so it makes sense that you would have to get past him to face Leon. But from a story perspective, I feel like it would make more sense for you to face Pierce. Somebody you've had an actual conversation with.
I wish it was random. I think it would be really cool. Because this is basically the Elite Four. If the Elite Four could be some random combination of the 8 gym leaders you find. Because then you can't prepare for it too much, right?
Yeah.
And each run through the Elite Four would be different in its own way.
I feel like even they knew that would be better. Because for the DLC, once you beat the Isle of Armor stuff and you're the champion, you unlock the Star Tournament, which is that. A whole bunch of characters from the game just end up in the tournament, and it's random who you're going to face.
See, that's a cool idea. Why did they make this guy so tall?
'Cause I don't know. I mean, you're still like 10. So he's probably just,
He's probably 5'8".
maybe.
Everyone's a midget in this universe. But most people are my height.
Well, most people I guess that's true. I was going to say most people you meet are the same age as you. But then even Leon's like a head taller than you.
All the, I was going to say original characters. All the unique characters, like the gym leaders, the story characters, they get to be unique in, like I don't know. They're not all based off 3 or 4 models like all those characters.
Mm-hmm.
I think they made them all individually from the ground up. I like it.
What are you going to do against Dwarbolt?
Is he heavy?
He's heavy. That's also, I think that's a fighting type move.
Wait, why doesn't Fluby have that?
See, I don't know. We didn't... we did look at its moveset. I guess Fluby just doesn't learn it.
Well, that would be OP, wouldn't it? Because it's like 40,000 pounds.
Yeah.
This is a fire type?
Yeah, fire type. Oh, something that I did learn. Did I already tell you about this?
What?
I don't think it matters at this point, but we could have had Bulldoze on Wilson Fisk, which is a 60 power ground type move, 20 PP. It would have been helpful to know that when we first got him, just so that he had a consistent move.
Hmm. Well, his moveset's fine as far as I'm concerned now.
I think his moveset is cool, and it's a lot more fun.
Sushi wants to learn Healing Wish.
It faints and gives the next Pokemon its HP.
So this is good in competitive mode where you can't use items, but in the game we don't really need that.
Oh yeah. Oh, the sunlight is gone. Okay. I was curious about that move. Shell Trap activates if you attack it with a physical move. But I was... Yeah.
Can this stack? That would be unfair, wouldn't it?
Probably.
That's what I thought.
Well, he set up Sunny Day. Nope. So you're taking damage. And you're taking damage.
Ooh.
You want to take a guess at what type this guy is?
Dark and Fire?
No. It's definitely fire. Okay. He's Fire Dragon.
Yeah, I would have never guessed. Except for the fact that Ryan is a dragon trainer, so.
But he, he's led with a non-dragon type.
That's true, he used Torkoal. You know what? That would be more interesting, probably. If the trainers had, were defined more by their strategies. And just by type. So there could be those too. Because he's a weather guy.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. And cool. As far as I know, I don't know any other weather trainers in Pokemon, but there are probably some, but... No, Elite Four gym leader trainers, right?
Yeah. I feel like any trainers who use complex strategies, they've been in the Battle Frontiers or the equivalent in the post-game.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember, what's his name? Koga from Red and Leaf Green?
Yeah. What,
He had a little bit of a strategy, though. I think his muck minimized, which is a cheap-ass strategy.
Yes.
But it's better than nothing, right?
Yeah. For him, the strategy was for him to throw up Toxic on you and then minimize so that you'd never hit him, and you just keep losing health until you died.
Well, this is gonna kill us.
It is. It's faster than you.
Why does he do that?
What? Flail? He flails his arm around?
Ryan, yeah. He scratches at me and then he roars into the air.
Because he's getting into it, man.
No, Stumpy doesn't have levitate, huh?
No, he has flame body. Okay. Here comes the ringer. Yay. Just because I want to address it, the Gudra, the big gooey dragon you were fighting, dragon. Fairy destroys dragon. If you had used Dazzling Gleam instead of Psychic, you would have one-shot it. And
Why did you say that when I threw Susie out?
Because
then I could use Susie's Dazzling Gleam on everything.
You told me not to tell you anything. You told me you didn't want me to cheat.
Yeah, I told you not to spoil.
What can I say? This game is just more fun when you're challenged. I feel like that's what drives me to play Pokemon more than once. The next time I play, I make it harder for myself. Because, I mean, like, what else is there? This game is so easy, children can do it.
He's done it now.
Also, it's been like, this is the probably fifth tournament battle we've been in since we've had Fluby at level 90, and he finally got that 91.
Yeah.
It'll be approximately 16 more battles until we get Fluby to 92.
Do they level up that slow at this point?
Well, yes, Fluby's only 9 levels away from the max. And we're fighting level 50, between 50 and 60 Pokemon.
Well, where do we find the 90s?
There aren't. Why would they have that?
Because then you could level up at a decent rate.
That you beat the 3 matches in this tournament with Fluby.
Do you want me to lead with him for the champion?
No, save Fluby for the Charizard that you know.
Okay.
Because I want to see that. That Charizard is legitimately tough to deal with. I think it's faster than a normal Charizard.
Ryan's pretty cool. He actually gave a cool little speech there.
He's a nice man's.
I kind of like him better than Leon.
Hey.
Jesus, that thing is scary.
What?
It actually did say that, huh? Whatever happened to our starter?
You threw it away. You told me to pick the worst starter, and then you were upset that it was the worst, and then you told me to trash it.
And I'm still disappointed that you didn't. Who are we fighting? No, we're not fighting the champion, are we?
No,
So
I
this
mean,
doesn't matter.
it's not, it's not really a spoiler, but you're about to be interrupted by story progress.
I guess it's a spoiler for Black and White, but that happens in that game too.
Yeah.
In that game, that was crazy, because that didn't happen in any of them before then. That blew my mind.
I definitely was amazed by that. Because then, the the antagonist and then the villain that you fight, like, they're stronger than the champion, and they're like 10 levels higher than you would be.
Leon can feel this in his balls.
Hold on, look at the monitor. What's that? I'm just letting you know that I'm going to destroy the world for the future of Galar.
Where is he filming this?
I'm in a bit of a pickle. You see, unleashing demonic energy upon the world is a little too much for me to handle. I hope you realize that you did this, Leon.
This is your fault, Leon. Everybody's like, damn, Leon, why'd you do that? And now everybody's happy.
That was from Hammerlock. How could you tell?
How could you tell, Hop? You just some autismo?
Well, alright. You do that, Leon. You take care of the story progress and leave us out of it. Thank you. You can help, or just try. It doesn't matter. What's weird is that you get 2 decisions right in a row that don't matter. This next one, it does, and it's the first one, though.
You should try to find them, Ferdinand, back where to start looking.
The answer
we're looking for the legendary Pokemon.
Yeah.
No, I can't give a wrong answer, can I? Because he'll just be like, wait.
If you say Postwick, he'll be like, that's not exactly right. Where did we see them? And if you say Surchester, he'll be like, that's not even close. Doesn't feel right.
Don't fucking patronize me, Hop.
That's right! You got it right, Ferdinand. I'm proud of you.
This is why I don't like you, Hop. You don't respect me as a human being. You put on that nice guy act. It's Professor Sonia.
Yeah. Banging ass Professor Sonia. Oh, hey, Mom. Thanks for coming to our championship match.
Why did Mom happen to buy a house right next to the bedrock of legendary Pokemon?
It was probably cheap because of that.
Yeah, it did. So why is Rose trying to do this? I want the Pokemon. I don't understand. He's like every Pokemon villain, where he hears about this catastrophic event and he's like, I need to bring this about to save the world. Why did they do that?
I don't know. I find, like, if you're playing Sapphire, I find freaking what's his face, the Team Aqua guy, I find his reasoning to be the most curious. He wants to flood the earth. Like, good job. Where are we supposed to live?
I don't know. I don't think that's in his plan. He's more of an extremist. But even he changes his ways. I mean, they all do, I think. They're like, oh, I was kind of ridiculous. Is that wrong?
I'm trying to think. Because I feel like in Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby, that's definitely the case. Whichever one you have to face, whoever wins, like after he unleashes freaking terror upon the world, either Kyogre or Groudon, nice, 1 XP. Either one of them are like, they see the destruction or they think, oh, maybe I was wrong. But I think in the originals they might not have had that kind of moment. And then in 4th gen, look, it's a pudgy boy.
This guy reminds me of Good Times.
In 4th gen, what's the Team Galactic guy? He got in Platinum. He got eaten. In the first 2 games, I don't know. I'm not sure. I guess the Pokemon villains just end up getting defeated, and they're like, okay, I'll give up.
Finally, Christopher.
Great. The game's almost over. No, he's gonna hurt you.
Is that fairy type now?
No, it's still psychic. But a lot of psychics learn fairy type because they are practically the same type. Just with flips in certain things, like psychic is weak to dark, fairy is completely immune. Shouldn't be too hard to catch. Muna! I like Muna. If only I could, catch it like this. I'm actually glad because raising a Muna is horrible. Jim.
You don't like them?
Well, they're not easy to raise because they don't learn any good moves when they're still a Muna, and they evolve at level 37. Like, being able to catch one that's past level 40, that's great. I can just have the Musharna and teach it some moves, and there you go.
I have a fishing rod?
Yeah, you always have. They pretty much just gloss over it.
They don't mention it.
I think the only way you would figure out if you do that. You go and you look at the puddle, and it's like, hey, you could fish.
Oh, shoot.
Owie. Wow. I know we're not going to need anything for water types, but I kind of wish we had something for water types.
You mean a Pokemon?
At least a move. Like,
well, we've gotten through them all. You're right, we don't need anything.
I wish... Because I learned... I'm not going to mention that. Because that'll spoil a member of my team, and I don't want you to be prepared for that.
Oh, the lure ball. I remember this from the anime.
I remember it being green where there's blue in the anime.
It might have been.
It pissed me off.
There was a whole part where they introduced that there's a bunch of Pokeballs now. Because that's how it was in the game, right?
Yeah. I think Ash used a lure ball to catch Totodile. Because the scheme fit. Even though that's not, he didn't get it out of the water. The anime does things. Piss me off. I like how Of all the Pokemon they used to introduce shinies, they used Noctowl.
What is that?
That, do you remember Blipbug? What Kevin was telling us to catch?
Yes.
That's its final.
Should we catch it?
No. I mean, maybe.
Big wheezing over there.
Let's not catch it, and we'll tell Kevin that we had the chance, but we didn't catch it. Look, an old friend. Hiding in the bushes there.
Where?
Right
What?
there. You see that dot?
Yes.
That's a Wilson.
What?
That's how Stunfisk hide.
Oh, right there, bear traps. I didn't even notice that. Well, I walked right over it, so it didn't matter.
There he is.
What's with this fog? It's obviously an aura, man.
Ooh.
He's way taller than me.
Hop is tall. Well, I think, they make the girls shorter because it's Japan and they do that. You can't. It's not like girls grow faster than boys when they're young. No, because a man will, on average, just on average, be taller than a woman on average.
Yeah, but you're right. That's adult and young adult and teenager, but prepubescent girls are usually taller. We're just short.
We probably are just short. We get it from our father. He was 4'2".
Is that supposed to be funny, Christopher?
What? I don't know. Are you gonna laugh at the fact that our father is deformed?
See, this is what I'm talking about. You can't talk about little people like that. That would be a little person.
Okay, he is a little person. 4'2"?
Yeah.
Now I guess that's on the tall side.
That's a foot, more than a foot shorter than you.
That's true. But I don't know. Like more than a foot? Like a foot and a half?
How tall are you?
I'm supposedly 5'8".
You don't sound like you believe that, though.
I don't know. I don't know.
Heights are tough to measure. I mean, you even change about an inch or more a day. You're usually taller at the beginning of the day and shorter at the end. Whether you slouch or not matters. Whether you wear shoes. You're probably around 5'8".
Hop picked up the sword. This is a nice
Wait,
one.
there's a shield over there, isn't there?
What?
Wait, we got it. This does look nice. It's too bad we can't walk around it. I mean, there's not too much freedom in this free-roaming Pokemon game. Well, I guess they didn't advertise it as anything like that, so.
You could go all the way back to the stadium on foot, or you could talk to Hop, who will just take you there.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Let's go, Hop.
How would you have reacted if he had been gone and I had missed that opportunity?
I would have laughed. Because, I mean, I legit wouldn't expect that.
I do love the way most of the towns look in this game. I mean, that one that was just a hallway was kind of garbage.
Well, yeah.
But
It was barely a town.
this place is awesome. Your hometown is cool. Better than Pallet Town.
So the thing about your hometown is that it's actually just your house and Hop's house. The town lower on the hill, that's actually a different
That's
town.
the town. We're in like the outskirts of the town, aren't we?
Yeah, well, you're in a place called Postwick. That town is called Wedgehurst.
Her Pokemon Dynamaxed?
A bunch of Pokemon Dynamaxed, apparently. Because that's what's happening. Eternatus, that's the name drop.
Eternatus?
Eternatus.
Is that a Pokemon?
That's a Pokemon, and it's the one who apparently controls all Dynamax energy. The reason that Dynamaxing exists is because Eternatus exists.
Where am I supposed to go?
Go to the right in that elevator. And now
Oh.
you walk down the slope.
Okay, this is actually pretty cool.
There is Hop.
Wait a minute. How did Hop know that this was under Hammerlock Stadium?
You know, sometimes we don't ask questions that the writers didn't ask.
How could he tell? Okay, everything is
can't.
destroyed, and he's just loving it.
He's got a big old smile on his face.
No, I don't care about helping the champion.
What are you
What?
There's nothing to stop. I already did it.
Well, then I don't understand the story, sir.
Now he's not smiling.
You've been handing out the wishing stars?
Yeah. Do you remember why Bede broke that child's painting? He was looking for wishing stars because he was trying to give them to Rose. And he apparently he didn't know why. He was just doing it.
He was looking for wishing stones inside of a rock?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's been giving wishing stars to Eternatus.
Yes.
Okay, so he's feeding an elder god.
Also, if I could turn the volume up for just a second. This is actually a dope song. It's a nice climactic boss fight. Except if we had a fire type, this if only we were leading with our fire type, this battle would be over in 2 seconds.
Well, just for that, Christopher.
This is definitely showing up on the mic. Just a few more seconds. So like this song.
I was gonna say, this probably sounds awful for someone who's listening to the stream. Because they're on a delay, fool.
I know. Okay, I guess we can't hear it that well. Well, I turned the TV almost all the way down.
You could just listen to it on your phone.
I know, but I wanted you to hear it.
You just talking to me now? He's pretty cool right now. Oh, this was a bad idea. Well, now this is basically silent on our end.
Gotta complain every second, ain't you? Hey, you're dead.
Yep.
Why'd you do that?
Because you had to open your mouth. Why are you going to say something like that?
Because.
Should have spoke up earlier.
I don't know, I didn't. You know, if I had foreseen that you were gonna walk up to him, I would have told you, wait, prepare, throw in Stuppy.
Well, to be fair, I didn't even see him. I was just walking around. I thought I would be able to investigate.
This is gonna suck. You didn't even have that much health.
He has all steel types?
Yeah.
Well, I can switch out and switch back in. It doesn't matter. That'll reset the stats.
Well, alright. I'm pretty sure Sumi can also take care of a few, provided that they don't resist fighting.
Sumi hasn't healed. Hop didn't heal us?
Why would he? He didn't fight you. He only cares about healing you if he's already fought you. Wow. Oh my god.
This is a really cool background.
I think this fight is just really good. It's a shame that it comes at the end of the game. The rest of the game is really boring. And then the champion battle is also just like any other fight.
The champion battle probably should have happened first.
It's a lot tougher, sure, because Leon's Pokemon are in the 60s. But it's, you know, it's not as climactic as this one. Well, this isn't even very climactic story-wise because we're just finding out that this shit is happening right now.
It's true. I didn't even know what he's doing, why he's doing this. I've never heard of Eternatus before. Oh. I barely even know anything about, what's his face? Rose.
I think there's been a lot of tidbits, a lot of little things that they've been dropping about Rose throughout the game. Not much, mind you. But then it's still a situation of they're just telling you about him. You don't actually know him. You barely see him. Yes. Yes!
No one's really getting XP from this because they're all fainted.
That's a shame. But this is fine.
This is what Bede was using?
Yes.
To crush that stuff?
Yeah.
His strongest Pokemon?
Yeah. Also, if you can do it, so can he.
Show it to me, buddy. Okay, I don't like the way that thing looks.
He's funny. He's a box.
Well, look, can you see him?
No.
Why is he unaffected?
I don't know. It uses that term for if it's missed or if it's actually not effective. So, which one is it?
Is it because he's ground or because he's Dynamax?
Ground should still be able to hit ground. Maybe Fisher can't hit a Gigantamax Pokemon.
That's what I'm wondering. Wilson's gonna die anyways. I'm gonna use it again just to see.
Well,
I don't think it affects them.
Alright.
For some reason. Is this one still steel?
Yeah, it's steel. It's actually... Ooh, it might be ground steel. Oh, I think he got you. Poor Stuffy.
What? Wow.
Maybe he was just lucky. Wait a minute, no. I think max moves can't miss. It's okay. We got Flooby.
Bye, buddy.
No, he's fine.
He lived.
Now this is over.
Copper Ultra. That's actually a really cool Pokemon design. I don't like the Gigantamax. The name is even cool. Fuck you, buddy. Just doom the world.
Richest man in the whole region, and he only shelled out 11,000.
This is an awesome looking area. The energy issue. What energy issue?
So, I actually paid attention to that scene during my playthrough,
Uh-huh.
and it doesn't make any sense. He says, boy, we have all this energy to go around. Look at everything we have. But all this could just easily slip away in 1,000 years. He doesn't give an explanation as to why or what evidence there is for that.
Is he talking about specifically the Dynamax energy or stuff like electricity too?
He was looking out on the town like at night, so it was all lit up. So I imagine he was talking about electricity, like the energy that we use to live.
Oh shit.
Thanks, Hop.
Do I have what I need to heal?
I think you can leave and go to the Pokemon Center.
I kind of don't want to do that though. Let's restore everyone we need. I think we might be able to.
We also have herbs. I'm both concerned and intrigued how you'll be able to do against the champion.
Is he our next fight?
No, I mean, well, not next immediate fight, but the next trainer fight. We have
to fight the Eternatus.
Yeah.
I think it'll go well. Man, I should just be in the item bag, shouldn't I?
I'm glad you decided to do it this way, though. You know, just wasted my time.
Sorry, you have something you need to be doing?
No.
Well, we're almost done. We're gonna go beat Eternatus' ass, and then we're gonna be good to go.
I would recommend not leading with Gimli.
Who then?
I think, honestly, the best one to lead would be none of them. Probably, yeah, sue me. It'll be fine.
This is a story battle. It'll be fine. This thing is crazy. He's just been feeding this thing?
Yep.
So you paid attention the second time around, right, Christopher? Mostly?
No, but I've played this game 3 times.
You paid attention the first time, right?
The first and the second time.
As far as stories go, do you think this is one of the weaker Pokemon stories?
Absolutely. In fact, I think it might be the weakest.
I'm getting that sense. I'm trying to think of one that's worse.
Because the reality is, you're mostly not even a part of the story elements, so to speak. I would stretch to call it the story, considering you're not even partaking in that. In this event is just happening right now. There was nothing leading to it.
That's true. This is basically just happening. This is a thing that is happening, and we're here.
Your story in this game was just going through the gym challenge, and then occasionally being told, something's going to happen. There's some weird stuff, but don't worry about it. Because we're adults and we'll handle it. And then they didn't. And then you have to handle it the way you always do in Pokemon. It sucks because I think I might have actually posted on social media that I felt like Sword and Shield might end up having the best story when I was halfway through it. Then I actually got to this, and I was like, this. There wasn't a story here. I feel embarrassed to have ever thought that, because they were just dropping so many things, so many little things, and I was like, wow, they're leading up to something. They led up to something, but that something was terrible.
You don't have to feel embarrassed. You posting on social media?
Well, back then. What was that, 2018? 2019?
So, just a year ago?
Well, now it's been 2 years.
Why were you posting on social media?
Just because.
I guess people do it all the time anyways, don't they?
True.
I never think about it. But just Joe Schmoes out there giving their opinions.
Poor Jim.
We're just waiting for the story to happen, right? Because I know the legendaries show up.
Yeah. Oh no, you have to win this fight. You have to kill this thing.
Oh.
You saw that scene where Leon threw a Pokeball at it and it didn't work, so you can't catch it. You have to just try. All you can do is kill it.
You can't actually catch this?
Nope.
So is this even a Pokemon?
Yeah, but you don't get the chance to catch it now.
Oh, but you can catch it at some point? Do you remember, Toby Fox made a song in this game, didn't he?
Yes. His song is in the Battle Tower, which is post-game content.
Ah, okay.
It kind of sucks, but I guess that's, That's how they would do it. They would, they were to hire somebody out of house who was just an indie developer who was good at making music. They wanted him to make music, but they didn't want him to have a big role.
We just did one song.
Yeah.
They have a professional who does the original soundtracks. The music in Pokemon is always amazing. I mean, it's not like the world is missing out if his song isn't in the base game. Not the base game, but like, See, even this sounds dope. This is Hammerlock Stadium?
Yeah, well, it's all the way at the top of the tower.
This looks crazy. I wish we could see more stuff like this. He's just a hand.
He's scary. He's a tornado.
He's a hand.
He's a hand coming out of a tornado. Hey, Hop's here.
And he's loving it. Oh, okay.
Yeah. One of the two big features of this game.
Did Hop heal us? What happened?
Oh, yeah, he definitely healed you. Because Sumi's alive.
This works on Dynamax Pokemon, doesn't it? Or whatever these are called.
Yeah. Well,
I guess he's Gigantamaxed.
What? We can't use moves.
Ah.
Well, we can't use moves, though.
No!
The sword and the shield at the slumbering world.
We need them. We failed.
Ferdinand, do you remember to pick up that shield? I hope you did.
We just stole this stuff. These are artifacts.
Well, it's true.
These just belong in a museum.
They were just lying on the floor then.
Oh, they're in the box. Are they buried there or what?
I think so. Because of the one tapestry where it showed the two kings were crying at a gravesite. And I guess this is what that is. And it does explain why the first time you encountered the legendary, you couldn't hit it at all. It was just a mirage.
So these aren't real. They're ghosts.
Well, these guys are real. Because they popped out of their graves. You put up a rusty, clunky, broken shield, and they're alive again.
Why didn't the heroes just do this?
Because maybe they didn't think about it. Wow.
Oh, shoot. This sounds awesome. Dang, the sword guy looks way cool. What's all that stuff flashing in the background?
I guess it's your memories.
Memories?
That I can't explain.
It's like Kingdom Hearts. Oh, so now we're double teaming them?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
This is a real raid battle.
Then take it. Take it, man.
Glaceon. You raised all of your attacks with that.
Why is Hop still leading with his sheep?
Because that's what he does. That's his first Pokemon.
This is like the most important battle of his life. Did none of us attack?
I guess not. Unless if Hop did. Hop is probably the slowest with his little sheepy.
Yeah, he does. And he just killed himself, I think. No.
So close, though. Looks like we can fight now.
Thanks to the doggies. Oh man, is this fight gonna be long? Because we've got like 4 Pokemon taking their turns.
Yes, and you really don't do much damage against Eternatus, even if you get a special super effective hit on him.
Jeez. Well, I think I'm even slower than his sheep, so
Because
I don't think I'm gonna have the chance.
Zacian is the most powerful Pokemon in the game, and he would take 4 hits to get him. No, 5, like with that damage.
And so this thing is defense, right?
Yep.
Well, why do we have this worthless tank?
Just cause. Oh.
Can they faint?
Yes. But it's okay. It's the same rules as a raid battle. 4 knockouts or 10 turns have passed. That's the only way to lose.
Okay.
And Hop just accounted for the... Oh! He held on with like 1 HP.
He did. Wait a minute, he didn't let me use my move on him.
Did you miss? Did you flinch? What happened?
I don't know. I tried to use submission on his sheepy.
Then maybe that's why.
It gives me the option. Oh, Jesus.
Hey. I think it's because you lowered his defenses.
I did. I did Octolok, so his defense is lowering like every turn.
Well, thank goodness this fight is over.
Maybe that should just be the strategy. That move really is kind of broken a little bit. Maybe not broken, but...
Well, as long as you're alive, it'll keep lowering defense. Catch it.
Friend ball!
Yeah! This will change his heart.
It will. His friendship is going to be maxed right out of the gate. He's resisting.
Ding! Yay!
Yeah, we did it! We saved the world. Why?
They're back to normal.
Why did Rose do this? See you, buddies. I guess we can catch him at the Slumbering World later.
Yep.
So that's what happened. Those guys defeated Eternatus hundreds of years ago. I guess thousands.
Yep. Well, whatever happened, it happened. And everything has been solved. It's 3 days, so add that to the total of canon days this adventure has taken. I think we're up to 6.
Yeah.
So Chairman Rose turned himself in? Wow, everything wrapped itself up off screen.
I need to ask him questions, though. How was that going to help with the energy crisis?
Feels like I've been waiting for... What are you talking about, Hop?
So was Lee depressed because he finally lost a battle?
Maybe.
He lost and then he just ran away. Didn't he?
Yeah. I mean...
Or were we like, we got this, buddy, and he's like, alright, I trusted you.
Like, you took care of it. You stepped in where he could not succeed.
Dang, this place is real nice looking. I don't like how everything pops in and out within like 15 feet.
Yeah, the draw distance is bad.
This is a beautiful city.
Strange how like a lamppost or a person will pop in 5 feet in front of you. That wheel back there.
Could you imagine how many characters they could have and what the draw distance could be if this was on like an actually powerful console?
If they put Pokemon on the PS5 and the Series X, like Pokemon would finally like look like a game.
I want to go to the stadium, man.
Yeah. It's nice that you noticed that tube thing. I've never used that, but it is the fastest way to get around town.
Oh yeah, because I was supposed to walk around town because these guys are here to meet me. There were probably more.
Also, go into the Pokemart.
Look at this. This is cool.
We probably need to go in with some revives. We used them all. I think.
Do you think so? I don't think we have any chance of losing, Christopher.
I think we have a huge chance of losing. There's full restores. We're going in.
We're ready. Who should lead?
Because we picked Grookey, and I picked a different Pokemon for my playthrough, I want to say it'll still be the same, but there's a few of his Pokemon that are variable based on what you picked first.
So he's like Gary.
Yeah.
Gimli, I think, is always a good start because he's the weakest. So it doesn't matter if he dies.
I can't imagine there's anything, because I would think it's either an ice type or like a rock type, something. It's one of the type. It's like a type that his lead is a type that your starter would be strong against.
Just so you have it easy?
Just so you have it easy for the starter. Then he brings out a really powerful Pokemon. Then a couple Pokemon that are, again, variable based on what you picked first. He'll have the third starter that neither you nor Hop picked.
So then maybe he leads with like a water type. I know, everyone loves me now because I saved the world.
Everyone knows what you did. What kind of strength do you possess?
I'm gonna grind your face into the dirt, little girl. That's not a cool catchphrase, but
No, it's not.
I wish they could come up with a better one. Maybe it sounds better in Japanese, but the localization team might have dropped the ball there.
Leon!
Or maybe he's supposed to be a little lamb. That's cool.
He finally sheds the cape. Oh my goodness.
What's up?
This is a pretty good situation. That's a ghost type. Steel ghost, but ghost type.
So, well, I've got two moves that are both super effective against it. Which one do you want me to use?
Actually, I'm thinking Cross Chop will be ineffective because of ghost type.
Okay.
Wow. Jimmo, you're useless. He's just like his brother. That's where he
you
got
understand super effective moves.
Ooh.
Oh, shoot.
Oh no.
I probably should have led with Obstruct, maybe.
Yep. Well, you can attribute that to me. I was too excited.
He's Steel Ghost, right?
Yes. Stuppy can do this. Now that he's in his blade form, he has lowered defense. Well, defense is. Next, I'm going to keep it in my mind, but I have a feeling of what he's going to throw out.
I bet you're wrong.
It's exactly what I thought it was going to be.
Okay. Oh, he's 63. Dang, this guy's strong.
This is freaking Haxorus is one of the strongest Pokemon in existence. Yes, Curse. That might be your best option. Just make sure that. Oh,
he killed me. Stumpy really can't take a single hit.
I said you weren't prepared for this.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
He has all level 60s. You have 50s.
And an ace up my sleeve. But we'll talk about that later. So who of these three should go in?
He has. I'll let you know, since you don't see it as cheating, he has an Iron type move, so Susie will die.
So Suni has to do it. Well, Octolock will actually be a big help here.
Yes. Provided you last more than one hit.
There's a good chance.
Outrage. This is not good. Oh.
This is going to work for one turn.
Well, after the outrage, after 2 turns, he gets confused.
But he's stronger each turn, isn't he?
Yeah. I mean, it would be a good switch for Susie, because after the, confusion and outrage is ineffective on fairy types. Like, it's whatever you want to do if you want to get the extra turn of defense down.
How about you say what you want to say, fool?
Pokemon is about calculated decisions, Gregory.
Doesn't affect me, bitch.
He's confused. And Iron Tail only has 75 accuracy, so he could miss. Even if he breaks through the confusion.
Which is better, Psychic or Dazzling?
Dazzling Gleam! Psychic doesn't work on dragons.
Why? Has that ever been the case?
Well, it's just neutral. And he broke confusion and he hit. So he got its double luck.
This is just cheating.
This is cheating. Let me tell you something. I lost to Leon the first time because he had the luckiest match in human history. Like exactly what happened there. I switched into a fairy type, and he broke confusion from outrage, and then he hit with Iron Tail.
This thing is the perfect thing to take out like our entire team.
Whoops. You
Doesn't
missed.
affect. I'm a level lower.
I told you. Okay, so he's not even confused anymore.
No, he broke out of it in like one turn.
Later in my match, he used Flamethrower twice in a row, and he got the 10% burn chance twice in a row.
Alright, we're just gonna have to go whole fucking hog.
Okay.
You think he has better special or normal defense?
I think better physical defense. Good lord.
Yeah, you see how strong this dude is? This is crazy. Once we kill him, I'm gonna full restore.
I'm really glad that he broke confusion again to use outrage.
I think he does cheat. I think he has like better chances of stuff going in his favor.
You think that's what it is? He's the unbeatable champion because he's cheating. He's just cheating. This is another dragon type.
But I don't think he's as strong, huh?
Definitely not. His defenses are definitely lower.
Oh shit, I should use the full restore.
Whoopsie. He doesn't even have as good as physical attack, but you know, there it is. Special attacks.
Where are they?
There it is.
Oh, and I have 3 max revives.
There it is.
Again, which do you think would be better?
He's ghost, so you can't use normal.
We're gonna run out of water spout. Which is actually not good for the Charizard.
This is awful, in fact. We are going to run out of water spout, and then we're not going to be able to attack him.
Someone has to come in. Who has the best chance against this guy, you think?
Dragon Ghost. Fast. I have no idea, personally.
He doesn't have any ground moves, so maybe Wilson?
Probably, maybe Wilson. Thunderbolt. Luby's gonna die.
No, he won't.
Doesn't affect Wilson. I would use Sucker Punch.
Well, we've got him. Unless he full restores.
A critical hit.
Uh-oh.
Let's see if he gets that burn.
Why is it like all of his Pokemon are so well balanced?
He used the full restore.
So Sucker Punch was not going to work anyways. Fissure's not going to work. I have a feeling that they don't let us use Fissure in like important battles. Because we couldn't do it against what's his face's Copper Aja.
Whatever it is, it's not gonna work.
It would just say it misses if it misses, right?
Yes. I think that might be the case.
It's tough.
Revenge is not going to hit because of Ghost. Muddy Water's not that effective. Can't use Fissure.
Just keep doing Sucker Punch?
I think so. I guess just run it out.
I need to revive something though. Something else is gonna have to come in. Is the rest of his team Dragon?
No. I think you might only have...
Oh shit.
Well, don't get caught up on a critical hit. I told you this wasn't going to go well.
It's not over yet, Christopher.
You got a crit, didn't he? No?
Why is he stronger?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, critical hit. Well, the next one's not gonna kill. Someone needs to get revived.
Now wait a minute, that's 2 critical hits in a row.
What?
This guy is definitely cheating.
I told you, I think he has better odds. Who?
Ooh!
Who needs to come in? Sumi?
I don't think Sumi can't even hit it. Fighting types.
Stuppy or Susie or Jimly?
Jimly's not strong enough. Does it even have anything that can get Stuppy?
Night Slash.
But Jimly, I don't think he's strong enough.
It's true, he'd have to take a hit first. So Wilson Fisk again, maybe. What do you think?
I don't know.
After this, we'll only have one more Max Revive.
Yeah, we will.
But we can't use Fluey 2 because we're going to run out of Water Spout.
Yeah.
Which we need for Charizard.
Yes. I want to say Susie's a good choice, but I don't know if he has something that can hurt her.
Let's find out. Now here's the question, do we let Fluey die?
To get a Max Revive off? And, oh yeah, free switch.
Because do you think Susie could take 2 hits? Because she's slower, so...
I don't want her to, in case if he secretly has like a poison type move.
So Fluey will have to be our last Max Revive. And we'll have to ride him out after this Pokemon. And just hope that it works out.
I guess so. I'm willing to bet he does not have any more ghost types.
Alright. So then Fluey's gonna go. There's really no point. What do we do?
Throw up Amnesia.
Alright. This is the moment of truth. Because if Susie dies... What do we do here?
Dazzling Gleam. He has Shadow Ball. But that shouldn't be as effective because of Psychic Fairy. Never mind. Fairy is a stupid type.
But we got him. Now we need to immediately Max Revive Fluby.
Fluben.
Perfect.
Oh, this is... That means he has 2 fire types.
Do we have anything that restores PP?
We should. We have a Max Elixir. That's good, you know. It'll get all of his moves, but at least it matters that it gets the one move. So he has 3 Pokemon left. 2 of them are fire types. And I legitimately wouldn't know what that third one is. Got him. He's got pretty... I know that's my boy. He's got bad defenses. He's a sweeper and that's it.
Seismitoad.
Oh, I love this one.
Okay, but he looks like he might be trouble.
He is. He's water ground, you know. He is also one of the only non-poison type Pokemon in existence that can have Poison Point. Meaning he might poison you. I don't know if this one has Poison Point, though.
Well, we have some full restores. Should I throw on... Should I take this turn to throw on the Max Elixir?
I think so. Because he'll probably set up with something, provided he has something that needs to set up. Ooh.
Okay, he's a little strong. It
That was a
critical. Should I take the chance to just body slam him?
Yes, he shouldn't have anything better than that.
Hmm, 115. Body slam him again? Or heal?
Oh, I think you're going to be cutting it really close. If he gets a crit, you die.
He's getting a lot of crits. I wonder if he's got that thing Yugi has. When he needs something to happen, it happens. Which is the most broken shit ever.
Naturally. I mean, it's protagonist power.
They all of them have these special Millennium puzzles that do all these crazy things to win at card games, and Yugi gets the one that's like, you just win. I guess that's why he was the pharaoh. Here we go.
I'm not entirely optimistic about this.
Let's go, buddy. Now what should we do here? To Dynamax, we have to attack. We could heal. What are you thinking?
You want the honest truth?
What?
You're probably just screwed. Because I want to say your best chance would be to heal. And to keep healing to force him out of Gigantamax.
That's always your strategy, is to wait for them to get out of Gigantamax.
But if you Dynamax, I don't think you have enough health as it is to outlast one of his attacks.
You think he's that strong?
He has one attack that's going to kill a water type.
And you don't think I could get him first? My defense will go up.
Luby's pretty slow. You were outsped by a Dragapult. Charizard's faster than a Dragapult.
You think even if I full restore that he's gonna kill me?
I think there's less of a chance. I think he might not get a, like...
I'm not entirely sure you 100% know what you're talking about, though. Has there been some points in this battle where things have gone in ways you didn't expect? Alright, let's see it, buddy.
Ooh, shit. So, more than half. That definitely would have killed you.
What do you think will happen if it's a crit?
Crits are only 1.5 damage. It definitely can't kill you.
Let's just cheese this shit then.
I like this, though. Because that max overgrowth, that's a solar beam slot. Wildfire will not create sunlight. It'll create flames that hurt you every turn.
For the rest of the battle?
Yeah. And like that was a pretty sizable amount.
Come on, buddy, I can do this all day. These are just burning a hole in my pocket. You gotta get rid of them.
Flames. But I think now that he's going to be out of Gigantamax, I think there's no better time to use Water Spout. And Dynamax and Water Spout, and this should be it. I swear to God, if he gets a crit, if he does something, if he like has a Power Herb on and he gets a Solar Beam first turn, then I just hate this fucker.
This is it. He's absorbing the light. Oh shit.
Nope, he doesn't have a Power Herb. This is it! Floomy!
And it starts raining? Holy shit.
Raining on your parade, Leon.
Some anime crap.
One with one Pokemon.
The hero.
I like to think that was like, he got really pissed that he finally lost, but then he was like, oh man, now that I've lost, I don't have to live up to anything. I'm free! I don't gotta do this anymore.
And he's like, I'm never gonna have a Pokemon battle ever again. That was pretty cool. He did look pissed. I actually kind of like that though.
So now it's loading the final cutscene.
Oh, this is it?
Yeah.
Why did you think it would take us so long to beat the story?
I guess I was overestimating. I had not even like entered the tournament, the preliminary tournament where you fight Hop, because that's where I stopped. I stopped after I beat 8 gyms. We did the last stream, and then like yesterday, I did the rest of the game. I guess we started when we went straight into the first fight of the Champions Tournament.
Yeah, he's a grown man, Christopher. Why did you say he was 16?
Just 'cause, I don't know. How old is anyone in this universe when you think about it?
I don't know. I don't even think the kids are supposed to be 10 anymore.
I know that despite the fact that the rules have always been the same, when you turn 10, you can become a Pokemon trainer. Specifically for Black and White, they designed the characters to be 14.
Well, I think most of them look a little older than 10. Because 10 is really young. I don't know if people think about it much in their mind anymore, but when I was 10, I was like a baby. And most people are.
No, I like to imagine in this situation, that's Gimli.
I guess it works. Actually, we've got like 3 of those 4 guys.
No, we never evolved that Grookey into a Rillaboom.
Oh, that's true. We didn't. This is someone else's Rillaboom. Is that always a Rillaboom, no matter who you pick?
Yeah, this scene is the same. This is just the credits. It's how it always is.
What's shitty credits? These are just Pokemon playing in a band over these?
Doing the exact same animations over
and over again. The animations that they worked years on, apparently.
This is why the game was delayed. And now it's over.
Nice.
Now we just get these graphics that are supposed to represent the colors of the gym leaders. This is grass.
Oh.
And there's water.
This is actually kind of nice looking though. But there's going to be like 8 of them?
Yes. These credits are pretty long.
What's a Pokemon game? I don't know.
They gotta credit everybody who had something to do with it.
They always say Game Freak is such a small company, though.
But yes, Game Freak is relatively small, but then you take into account that there's a multitude.
There's Toby Fox's name.
Oh, there he went. There's a whole bunch of companies that work on the Pokemon games. Like there's the Pokemon Company, which owns the IP. There's Nintendo, who's the publisher. There's Game Freak. There's Monsters Incorporated, who designs the Pokemon. There's a whole lot of things that go into these games.
Why does the Pokemon Company own the IP?
I think that's what's his face. The original creator set up the Pokemon Company to specifically govern the IP, all the things that happen with it.
And he doesn't work on the games anymore, does he?
No, he's just a producer.
When was the last time you worked on a game?
I think Game Boy Advance era. I think it's seriously been that long. He made the games and then he was out.
You mean the first one? He might have had a hand in the second one?
I think first one's Red and Blue, and then Gold and Silver, and then maybe he had something to do with the development of Ruby and Sapphire.
You sure?
He also could have left after Fire Red and Leaf Green and just delegated to being a producer.
But you don't even know if he was on Fire Red or Leaf Green, do you?
I don't even know that.
That's still Gen 3. I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter. Might have been for the best.
He left the games to people who had worked on them, and he had faith that they would do good work. And for 5 generations, they did.
Sometimes I wish Miyamoto wouldn't meddle in Nintendo so much. I guess he's done a lot for the video game industry, but sometimes it just seems like he's kind of an old man. Doesn't like to do new things.
Kind of. Have you... this is off topic, but have you heard the story of the development of Skyward Sword?
No.
That game, people say it was in development for 5 years. It was not in development for 5 years. It was argued about and planned for 3.5 years. And then eventually Miyamoto and the guy Junichi Masuda, who's the actual director of the games, because Miyamoto's just a producer, they were fighting the whole time about what the game needed to have and what they wanted to do. And then when it came down to it, they needed to make the game, and they took 1.5 years to make it. And that's why there's a lot of backtracking in the game, because they weren't able to flesh out their ideas. Look at this, though.
It's the team. They don't get put in the Hall of Fame, do they?
No, there isn't a Hall of Fame anymore.
See, that's garbage. That's one of the best parts of the game, is when your Pokemon get to go into the Hall of Fame.
They still have the the ribbon or whatever, the badge that says they won a championship, on the Pokemon. But then no, they're not actually inducted. It sucks. It's a nice little thing that they do.
It is, and then you can get as many Pokemon in the Hall of Fame as you want, because you just keep taking it. And they get the little thing on their card.
Yeah.
It says that they're in the Hall of Fame.
Anyways.
That's the Canon team, by the way.
That is the Canon team.
That's the Canon Beanstalk team.
So what are you going to do? We have 10 minutes. We can look.
Look at what?
We can look at something to look forward to. I know this place. That's it. It just, okay, let's...
Alright.
It's just go there. That's it, though.
There's a radiator in my room?
Yeah, keep you warm at night.
I haven't seen a radiator in a room before. I said like hotels.
Like the Pikachu, and you got Eevee on the table.
Yeah, Eevee's tail, Eevee.
You know, if you play as a boy, you have a Pikachu on the table and an Eevee on the wall.
Why?
Because I don't know. They just they
You
swap.
still have both of them, so. Oh, your bed sheet's different?
Maybe I never took notice of that.
You got these little things here? This is actually cool. That would be cool in a room. Got a closet that you can't open to switch your clothes.
Can you access your computer?
No.
Well, it's a simple disk.
Yeah. Got my planner there, I guess.
You got your homework that you haven't done?
I guess that's homework. And you have a cup that's just sitting here.
But most importantly,
My big book.
you have the basic gray Nintendo Switch.
I do. Is this based on the one you own?
No. Because if it were, it should be able to register that mine is a neon.
Does anyone own the basic gray one?
Yeah, a lot of people do because they didn't care about the colors.
Do they even sell those anymore?
I think so. I think there's just now more, there's more styles of Switch to choose from.
I love this carpet. It reminds me of like the 90s. This looks like it would be in the anime. That's a map of the region, right?
Yes. Definitely looks like it.
I don't know what that is.
That's the Ferris wheel that was at Winden.
Hmm.
And it's based on that big Ferris wheel in London.
Okay. And we've got all these boxes up here.
Where's your mama?
It's just some lady.
You got a Master Ball.
Finally. Okay, what are we going to catch with that?
We could do... I don't know. Let's go out and find a blip bug and use the Master Ball on it.
You know, I was hoping you wouldn't say that because I was thinking I would walk outside and the first thing I saw I was going to use the Master Ball on. Huh? She's bothered by that she helped in almost bringing about the destruction of the world. I can understand.
Yep. Nope. You got a nice little kitchen.
This is pretty detailed. Well, detailed for the Switch, I guess.
You got a
There's
fridge.
a picture on there. Is that my parents?
Maybe it is. But like
You can't
that's
see
just... There's two people in coats and hats so that you can't see any details about them.
Yep. And the one that I would assume is a woman, because I guess I can't.
Whichever one would be a woman is probably your mother, but then it might not be.
Well, the one I was thinking was a woman doesn't have the same hair. Who knows?
You got coats.
I guess this is kind of cool.
You got a witch's broom.
But then again, this house is just a hallway. It goes left to right.
Yeah.
You can't really... Look, my room...
You don't have a door.
I don't have a door. This is obviously our mother put this together last minute. I'm assuming her room is back there, or it's just a closet and she sleeps in the kitchen.
Maybe she sleeps in the broom closet.
We have a ton of books. I mean, it's basically a library in here.
It's a
I actually
fire.
like that.
You got a big old TV in your room, and then there's a big old TV out here.
There is.
Don't complain. You got money for stuff.
We got some modern art. And then our mom's Snorlax.
Some Munchlax.
Yes. Well, he's tiny.
He's the family cat.
Munchlax should not be that tiny.
No, it's funnier. It's cute.
It's not. It's not funnier.
He's a cutie.
He should be bigger.
That's the point. He eats so much and then he gets fat.
I do like that he's not sleepy, except that he's sleeping right now. He's supposed to be hungry, and the Snorlax is more sleepy, but he also eats like 1,000,000 calories a day.
Yeah.
That's probably one of my favorite episodes.
Oh, so the world is finally adhering to time. See? It's
Why?
late. Because I don't know. During the
Your
story,
time is wrong.
It's not wrong.
What? During the story, what?
What? So during the story, the towns will just look the same. They'll always be at whatever time of day they want the story to be at.
Okay.
But now that the story's over, towns will finally adhere to the clock.
That's interesting. So that makes it unique among Pokemon games, right?
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. So now that the story is finished, the clock runs.
Yeah. Oh, Route 1. Back here again.
What should we be doing?
I don't know. We could finally go back to the Isle of Armor and face off against Avery. Because we left him hanging. It's been like 8 weeks now?
I wish we had some money.
You know, I wish we had some money too. I don't know what happens to it.
Well, now we can use it because we don't need to be buying items. So I can finally get the clothes that I want.
We've never even touched the Crown Tundra. But I feel like that's more interesting to look at post-game.
Do you actually have the Crown Tundra?
Yeah. I have the expansion pass. You can't, buy them separately.
We're going to play them both, right? Because I want to play them both.
I want to play them both too. And I am excited to see you see them.
Fluby 2 is going to make it to 100.
Probably. It'll be a while, but we probably got the time for it. There's a few things that we could get started, but we only got 2 minutes.
Okay, so what? You just want to end it here?
You want to end it here?
Why did you just ask me?
Okay, let's end. We can end here.
Let me check if the store sells different clothes now.
Yeah, they got some things.
Oh, they got new stuff. That's nice. Too bad I can't zoom in.
Ooh.
Looks like the shirts are the only thing here. Man, why do so many of these stores suck? Ooh.
Cap. They got hats like Leon's that curve up.
Cap might be cool.
Oh, wait, I know something we can do.
What?
Let's go to Hop's house and let's go into Leon's room and steal his stuff.
Does he actually have stuff in there?
Yeah.
Alright. Now, could we have done that at the beginning of the game?
No. Now that we're champion, there's something in Leon's room for us.
This place looks nice at night. I bet all the towns look nice at night.
Yeah, when they get lit up.
It has like an ambient feel.
Postwick. You got that nice little area that you had your first fight in. Leon's room is upstairs, as you know.
And he's on the left.
No, that's Hop's room.
I love those posters. Again, that reminds me of early Pokemon. 90s.
Mm-hmm.
I guess late 90s. Early 2000s. A great time in my life.
There.
You just got this big ball.
What on earth is that? That's bigger than both of your hands combined.
It's bigger than my head.
What on earth could he be holding in such an orb?
Charmander!
I'm leaving a Charmander for you.
I know this is the only one people like, so. That's why.
It's why they made him Leon's, and then it would make sense for Leon to give you a Charmander. I guess. But I mean, that's why in the Isle of Armor, but it's not full, because they give you the choice of Bulbasaur or Squirtle. I wish you could be able to get both of them, instead of having to choose one. Can't use that.
What? Why?
I don't know.
Why? Is that like a hate symbol in some other country I don't know about?
Why is it in the game then?
You can't use R. I don't understand that.
He's a good boy. He's got weights and he's got hats.
He does, so he works out. And then I don't know what that is.
Those are probably magazines.
Well, magazines about what though?
Himself.
I see. I see. No, those are men's health magazines.
Okay.
There are muscly dudes on there.
He's also in them, being the champion.
No, I think he's looking at men's health magazines. Look, there are muscly legs, and then you got that guy lifting that weight there. I think that.
Well, what purpose would he have to have those next to his bed?
Well, one thing we know he works out, but also, yeah, maybe. And then he's got his manga here, I think. And then just more boxes of men's health magazines.
He's got a picture of himself.
He does have a picture of himself throwing the Pokeball. More men's fitness magazines. Okay. I guess he's kind of an obsessive personality.
And that fitness ball is like a Pokeball.
It is. That's actually... They should sell that in real life, because that actually looks real cool.
Other than that, his room is kind of normal.
He obviously has some kind of, like, obsessive personality.
His room is normal in comparison to Hop's.
What do you mean? Hop's room is the normal one.
But he got strange things strewn about his face.
Like what?
Like those posters.
Those should be on a kid's wall. Except he does have a picture of his brother.
He's got a whole bunch of stickers and pennants around the room.
So he's a normal kid. And look, this is all normal. He's got his toys in here. He's got stuff he was working on right here. His closet.
His neon switch, so he made the correct choice.
He did. He's not a fool or an NPC like me. He's got his little statue of something.
Yeah, normal.
His frisbee. His room's even more normal than mine. That's a cool poster. Yeah, see, no, this is a normal kid's room, Christopher. This is the room of a serial killer.
It's probably true.
It's way too neat. And he has like 3 things in here. He has hats, men's fitness magazines, and workout equipment. And it's barren of everything else. I can't tell what these books are. I think they're manga, but they might be like... I think that's just what books look like in Japan, so those could be like books on Pokemon.
Maybe. And then he left a Pokeball with a Charmander squarely in the middle of the rug.
Yeah.
He's a perfectionist and an obsessionist.
This house does look nice. I do love the... What's the word? I guess I don't know. Just the background elements. The way the world looks like in this game, I like it. I think it could look better. I think Pokemon games could be beautiful. Dang, they love this dude. Where are the pictures of Hop?
They don't exist. He's never accomplished anything.
I guess that could make sense if his family's like that. That actually makes this kind of a little... I guess not dark.
A little sad. It's a little sad for our boy Hop.
He got a smart fridge. And another picture of Leon in the kitchen.
Yep.
Just looking off. Looking towards the light. Yeah, I think there's a picture of Leon in like every room in this house.
Pretty much. Meow. The disgusting thing that...
Do you not like that Pokemon?
I don't like when it stands up. I wish...
Why is it standing up?
So, apparently, when it was designed to be like that. Like, it would be on it. It would be like walking on all fours, like a normal kitty cat, an unassuming kitty cat, but it is capable of standing on its hind legs. It's bipedal. It acts like it's quadrupedal, just so people aren't expecting it to be like pickpocketing them.
What? That's crazy.
That's a snitch Pokemon.
And that's part of its design? They intended it to be that way? They didn't make a mistake.
Yeah, in black and white, it was, it looked like a cat. And it was sitting down like a cat. And that's, like, part of it.
But really, it stands up and it reaches into your pocket.
Yeah.
This is actually a really creepy Pokemon.
Well, I'm tired, and it's late. And we've been going a little long to talk about things.
Alright.
Which is good.
But we just completed the story, so...
Right. It was also relaxing. But it's too relaxing, I'm gonna fall asleep.
Alright, then I'll save and we'll get out of here.
Hit the save button. 25 hours.